Hello and welcome to Kala Kabab or Kisse presents Writers Unplugged Season 2 English chapter. मैं हूँ Charles and I am going to be the host for the entire show and entire season. That's the spotlight moment for me. So thank you so much. And we are on round 5 and week number 3rd of Kala Kabab and Kisse Writers Unplugged. Today, these all 4 tribe members, Hustlers, Skyhawks, Titans, and Slayers, are on top 8 now. We have gone through last 2 weeks where these guys were challenging each other's in intra and inter tribe. So it was a great week. Last 2 weeks we had awesome time, and now on round 5, third week, we are going for poem round. So last round was also poem, but then in that time they were showcasing their best poems written by them, and on this round they are already assigned a poem which they are going to rewrite or give an answer to those poems. So we are going to find out what exactly is going to happen today when the participants come and they start performing. So let's go to our judges and let's find out what our judges are going to expect from today's competition. So may I have Meenal and Bhavesh on the screen, please? Hi Meenal, hi Bhavesh. How are you guys doing?
Hi.
Hello, great.
Hello. Great.
Okay, so Meenal, Bhavesh, last week you both were with us for that poem round where these guys were, all the participants were performing their best poetry. And today they are going to give a reply to existing poems to the master of poetry. They are going to write a poem to them. What do you think? Are they going to be good in what they are going to say, or do you think because comparison to last week they are going to be a little weak here?
No, I guess they have done pretty well this time because last round was a warm-up round for them, but they have performed excellent because this round was a bit tough for them, but they have done very well.
Yes, and Bhavesh, what are you expecting from today's round?
Last time, whatever happened, they performed very well. They are good, and this time, this now it will little toughest for them as well as for us to judge them because now we are getting the master form of poetry are existing in this world. So they are narrating that one thing. So this could be a little tough for everyone.
Definitely, because I can see the list and the poets that they are going to reply to are Sylvia Plath, we have Kamla Das, John Milton, John Doon. So we have some amazing and I mean, legends, not even on the top, they are the legends whom they are going to reply. So it's not going to be easy. So I think the judges are ready, and so would be our participants. So let's go for our first participant. But before that, if I have mentor Komal and Akshat for Tribe Hustler, may I have them on the screen, please? I hope we have the mentors of the team. I do not know if we have them. So, all right. So we do not have, I think, mentors. So let's directly go to Divyanshi, who is going to be the first participant. If Divyanshi is here, please, Divyanshi, I request you to come on the screen, please.
Hello everyone.
Hello, Divyanshi.
Hello.
So, judges, Divyanshi is going to be our first participant from Tribe Hustler. She have had an amazing journey. So, Divyanshi, are you ready for today's performance?
Yeah,
And what do you think? Today's performance is going to be very tough for you, or will you be able to do it like a cakewalk?
no, actually, poetry was not my comfort zone. It was beyond that, and replying such a legend is like was very difficult for me.
All right. What's the poem and poet you have got to reply?
Sorry, I didn't get your voice.
Yeah. What is the poem and poet that you have got? Yes, can you hear me? All right, so there is a little network connection issue, I think, happening here. So, as of my list, I can see that Divyanshi have got the poem Daddy. Yes, there is a little network issue. All right, so Divyanshi is going through a little network issue. Let's go to next participant who is Ahana Devnath. So, may I request Ahana to be on the screen, please? All right, here we have Ahana, who is looking super confident. Ahana, are you really confident
No, no,
with your expressions right now?
I'm trying to be.
You're trying to be. Who is the poet and a poem that you are going to perform?
I have Emily Dickinson as my poet, and her poem, it's called I Heard a Fly Buzz When I Died. So I'm going to try to give up appropriate reply to that poem.
All right, Ahana. So we do not have Divyanshi as of now because of some network issue. She cannot join us from Team Hustler. Divya is also not joining us today because of some problem. We are going directly to Tribe Slayers, and Ahana is going to be the first from Team Slayers, batch number 2. So, Ahana, are you ready?
Yeah,
All right, go for it, Ahana.
okay. I did not give any specific name to the poem, so I'll just go ahead. Miss Dickinson, I I hear a fly buzz too. It's odd that in my last moments, maybe it is just distraction, but I'm reminded of your poem. I look at my family, there is silence all around. I think like yours, mine too have steeled themselves, not a single tear in sight. I think I see something or someone. Has somebody come to take me to the other side? What did you mean when you mentioned the king? Was it Death himself? Has he come to take me too? As I have grown old, I've learned we can't take our possessions with us when we die. And thus, following your footsteps, I too gave away whatever I had of mine to my family. And oh, again the fly! Is it Death's companion? I too see a blue light. I think Death's summoning me. I think it's happening again. The fly's wings are blocking my view. I cannot see anymore. Oh, I cannot see.
Amazing, Ahana. I mean, you have that expression of poetry going on. I think it's amazing. Let's go to Bhavesh
Thank
and
you.
find out how did you perform. Bhavesh, what do you think? How did Ahana perform? All right. So in this COVID times, like the most used word is Corona and COVID and pandemic. I think in this network zone we have no network as the most used word. I think that's what we are going to establish. Let's go to Meenal and find out how did you perform, Ahana. So over to you, Meenal.
Hello, Ahana.
Hi.
You are getting better day by day, I would say that. You
Thank
have
you.
conquered your social anxiety totally.
Thank you so much.
So, coming to your poetry, you have very well connected the actual poem with your reply. So I could feel some of the like fly. These are the things which you have taken from the actual poem and given us very well reply. And what a drama you have created in the poem. It was absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
Good time.
Thank you so
So
much.
wonderfully done, Ahana. You are from Team Skyhawks. I said Slayers. I think I am more nervous because you guys are going through a tough time, and these are all legends that you are replying to. So that's why I am a little nervous on your behalf because you guys are so confident. Here I am getting nervous how you're going to perform. So excellently done, Ahana. You're from Team
Thank you.
Skyhawks. You have done amazingly well for your tribe. Now let's go to Jyoti and let's find out how she's going to perform. So before Jyoti joins on the screen, to all the viewers, all the listeners, welcome to Writers Unplugged by Kala Kabab or Kisse. I am Charles, your host, and we have our three judges, Meenal and Bhavesh. Two of them are with us here, and Nishant is also listening to us. He's not there on the screen, but he's also listening to us and marking all our participants. So Nishant is our third judge, who is not on the screen, but he's listening to us through live. So yeah, he's also there. So all three judges, welcome. Now we are going to Jyoti Singh, who is from Team Skyhawks, who is going to perform next. May I request if Jyoti is here?
Good evening,
All right.
everyone.
Hello, Jyoti. Yes, Jyoti, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear. So,
Perfect.
good evening,
Jyoti,
judges.
if you can keep your
I'm,
mic little closer to you.
okay. Am I now properly audible?
Yes, you are clear. Who is the poet and what is the poem that you have got?
So, my poem is On His Blindness by John Milton. So, I would like to
You are
give a
taking
short,
Milton.
yeah, so I would like to give a short intro to him. John Milton, 1608 to 1674, and was a religious poet, properly known for his masterpiece Paradise Lost. And to give a proper reply to his poem, I would like to give a short quote to him. I would like to quote him first. Better to reign in hell than to serve in heaven. So my poem goes as Greatness Awaits. It's entitled as Greatness Awaits. Days turned into blackest grass. Oh God, how these soaring moments will pass. Ere my eyes were bleeding. Stately king, you have my account. Numb perseveration and days of recitation. Reminiscence of the missing talent I struggle to find, is almighty, numerous pouring at his feet, relentless rants where distance neither breathes nor pants. Soak thy creation, O Lord, bless my soul. Hear me to sit, observe, think, and recite, for thy greatness await in a dynamite. Thank you.
I loved it. I loved it, Jyoti. Let's quickly go to Bhavesh because he's here. Network is looking great. Bhavesh, quickly, how did you like the performance of Jyoti? Bhavesh, mic is mute.
Okay. So I'm sorry about that one thing. Jyoti, you performed it outstanding. Really. I'm. Last time you are. Last time you are far away, but this time you just hit the cross line. You hit the beyond the limit. You just crossed the limit. You are. I mean, what should I have to say? Last time, I don't know, but this time you rocked it. You really performed very well. I just really loved it.
Thank you.
So no doubt, Bhavesh is absolutely right in his comments. I mean, you did it amazingly well. Let's go to Meenal and let's find out how did you perform. Meenal, your expert comments, please reply.
Jyoti, I feel that poetry is totally your forte, so you always slay it. So, coming to your poetry, as John Milton was losing his eyesight, so this poem was on his blindness. So, the first thing which catched my attention was the blackish grass. You mentioned that phrase very well because everything was turning for him like black because he was losing his sight. So, I guess you have done it very well. I thought that it could have been little bit more longer, so I could have judged more on you, but it was good.
So I think Jyoti, you have done amazingly well. It's very popular, one of the most popular and famous poems by so sorry, most popular poems. So you have done amazingly well. Thank you so much, Jyoti, for joining us. Let's go to Team Hustlers and find out if Divyanshi have got her network back and if she can join us. So let's go to Tribe Hustlers, Divyanshi, and let's find out if she's here. Hello, Divyanshi.
Hello, everyone. Hello.
Hi. Is the network great now? Can you hear us?
Yeah, you are audible.
Perfect. Who's the poet and what's the poem?
Uh, the poet I got was Sylvia Plath, and the poem I got was Daddy.
All right, so let's go for it, Divyanshi.
Hello everyone, this is Divyanshi from the team Hustlers, and now I'm about to perform. You may be wondering why I am talking in this poetic form. So, if you are thinking so, allow me to inform talking in poetic manner is my usual norm. So, before starting my poetry, I just want to put a disclaimer that everybody has a mother tongue and pronunciation as per their states. So, I request kindly take this in account. So, let's start. From the hell, I'm seeing you. All the sufferings you are going through. I'm sorry for whatever you faced. A psychological trauma for these 30 years. I'm your culprit, but I always loved you. I know my actions pained you, broke you down, hurt to its deepest level, but none of it was my intention. Whatever I did was just for you, and I can't explain what I am going through. I still remember your silent smile. I still remember your silent cries seeing your father dying. I remember your prayer for my recovery. Then why this much of hate now? When I was alive, I was strict. Maybe that was the reason behind our communication gap. I agree, I wasn't as friendly as other dads, but I was far more loving than those of these Jew dads. Whenever you come to talk to me, I could sense your fear, but I had the intoxication of power back then, so I did not care, and all I did was to stare. You aren't a Joe, my child. You were born with all those Aaron features. Still, you are discarding your Aaronhood so easily? Just to give justice to this normal Jew? I must say I am blessed to be your father. I hated the Jew for no reason. Never thought my daughter would be proud, calling herself their part, but this put my head to shame. I never knew this was the reason of my fear. That would be your inner Jew. Wish you could told me back then. For then my hand would not be dirty with those crimes which I did to please my fur. I did not accept that time were different. Hitler became our God and everyone loved him. This society was practical, unlike the present, but those were the deeds of time, not me. I was merely a follower, like the millions and not the leader, and the history still repeat at present countries like India. But it's because of the leader, not the people. I was no less than a devil indeed, but I was a teacher. I fed all children with anti Semitism. I taught them grow up hating the Jews. I was responsible for Holocaust more than any other soldiers. For that I was who trained them all. Good that I died into your childhood. At least you had tears for me back then. If I survived any longer, you would know be the murders I am responsible for. And then these tears of sorrow would be a tears of shame. I did love to torture the Jew. Hitler was my god and Nazism was my religion. I worshipped the man cave more than the Bible. I was a devil, but this devil loved you. I was a vampire for sucking their bloods, but I sucked them only for you. How can you say I drank yours? Your daddy was a devil, but he loved you. I'm a bastard for the villagers. I killed their kids and raped their wives so I can understand their happiness at my death. But my dear child, what wrong did I done to you? I'm watching it from the hell, burning in the deepest if the hell fires, but it doesn't pain me as much as seeing your hatred against me does. Please tell me what I did to you. Thank you so much.
Hello. Okay, I do not know if I'm audible. If I'm audible, please give me a reply. Hello.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, you are audible.
I'm audible. Okay, the screen is my screen is blocked. So let's let me shut my cam, and so that I can be at least clearly audible. Yes, you have done excellently well, Divyanshi, and this was not at all an easy poem to go for, but you have done it excellently well. Let's go to Meenal and let's find out how did she like it. Meenal, how did you like the performance of Divyanshi?
Yeah, first of all, I would like to say that this poem is really, really close to my heart, and it was one of my favorite poems when I was in the graduation days. So I absolutely love Sylvia Plath, and Daddy is very, very special to me. So I was very eager that who will be performing this. So I would say that Devyanshi, you have done it very, very well. Also, your introduction last time also you did it in a poetic form, and this time also it was very catchy. So you were you were actually getting into the form of poetry. So yeah, I liked it. You picked up small things from the poem also, like strictness, the strictness of his dad and the Jews. These elements from the actual poems, and you related it in your reply, which was actually very great. So good luck.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
You have got some amazing comments, and no doubt that you were completely deserving of this poem. So I'm back, and if you thought that I'm not going to be there and you're going to miss my face, that's not going to happen because, as I said, the spotlight must never leave my face. So I'm back here, and the last was Divyanshi performing a very popular poem, and she done it excellently well. Next up, we have on the list from the tribe Titans, we have Justine coming up. So may I request Justine to be on the screen, please? Here comes our very competitive and top of the list participant. Hello, Justine. Can you hear me?
Yeah, hi, good evening, everyone. Good evening, judges.
Justine, and yet again, you have chosen something very difficult because today you are performing Ode to Duty. Am I right?
Yes, very
Yes,
true.
and the poet is of course I mean it's William Wordsworth. It's the master of the poem. He's the ultimate poet. He's my favorite poet. So all the best, Justine. You are going for a very tough one, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you. Thank you.
Go for it, Justine.
All right. Um, I guess duty is something which keeps us in our bounds, and that is what the poet initially has conveyed. And here is my reply. Oh, the voice of God thou art, duty is thou name, the ray to guide us far and to change the game. to approve through the bounds of time to move, to live and work in time, thou teachest us to respect thine. Though not many know your worth, for the valuable is not valued. But with thy dearth, O Lord, the humanity without doubt is undervalued. But the ones who thou caressing do not fail to miss thy blessing, the beauty of thy control and thy foundation to hold. Thou a guide to the right, to correct, thou shadows, thou shows a path to the light, to a reason to resurrect. O duty, if thy like your name, thou a reason to defeat the shame, but to flourish the heart of mind, from insane to gentle and kind. Thou a guide to soul, to keep away from me the wrong, the path to heaven a whole, from lazy to strong. Thou a person, an emotion to be precise, 'tis a blessing to have you in the life. 'Tis a blessing for you to strive. Thou, a lawgiver's blessing that has come to me. Without much repressing, you have to let the bounds free. Oh, I thank thy will that thou took my heaven to hill. The moon's eyes smile with thou grace, and thou name makes evils change their face. In the stars will be our home, happiness will be our mate. Thou duty, thou art never alone. I am there standing at your gate. The world will bend its knees when they see you rising above the trees, and then we will rise to hide the hidden cries. Thou an irresistible power, my defenses are down for you. You have the authority to guide my every hour. I'm surrendering myself to you. Thy holds my chaos to peace. You own my every single piece. My walls lie themselves down. You are the reason to fade away my frown. Thank you.
Beautifully written, Jasreen. I loved every expression that you have given, and I think you have done it to do it at par. So you have done it at par. Let's go to Meenal and let's find out how did you perform. Meenal, over to you.
I think this must have been the one of the most difficult poems and the poet also, because when we were used to study Wordsworth, we used to critically analyze him, and that seemed to be so difficult. And this little girl has written a reply to his poem, which sounds like very difficult task. But Justine, you have done it very well, and you have done very effortless rhyming in the poem, which I really liked. So good job.
Thank you.
Jasreen, you have performed, like I said, and like Meenal said, you have performed it so well. And kudos to you for doing this. If Bhavesh is here, we would like to listen what Bhavesh have to say. Bhavesh, can you hear us? All right. I think there is some network issue from Bhavesh, but he's also listening to you. And Nishant is also listening to all our participants, and you are getting scored accordingly. So no problem, no problem at all. He's there, he's listening. And Jasreen, you have performed excellently well. Thank you for joining us on the screen. Thank you, Jasreen. So as always, Tribe Titans are going great. They are performing to the best. Um, After Divyanshi, we had Divya from the team Hustlers, but then Divya could not join us today because of some network issues, some technical issues. So Divya won't be joining us, but she have got her scores according to what she have written. So thank you, Divya, and thank you, Divyanshi from Tribe Hustlers. Divyanshi have already performed. Now let's go to our More Than Diamonds, More Than Girls. Yes, you are right. We are talking about Shilling, the top of the chart performer and consistent performer. So may I request if Shilling can join us on the screen, please?
Good evening.
Good evening, Shilin. You are a top of the chart, top performer. There's a lots and lots of expectations from you. Do you think today also you are going to stand up to the mark?
I'll give my best.
Okay,
I
who
will
is the
surely.
poet and what's the poem that you have got?
I have got the poem Abiku written by Wolsoinka. So this is about an African legend that's a belief that a child is born and reborn, and that child is born to die. So that's the concept of the poem that he has written. And I have
Mhm.
written in reply to this poem, and I've written in a concept as if the mother is replying to that child. So with that concept, I've written this poem. I'm a little nervous, but I hope
I think
I'll
by
give
the
it my best.
explanation, I'm more excited to listen to your poem because the explanation was that great. So let's go for it, Shilin. Let's not waste any moment. Let's go for it.
Yeah, sure. So my poem is titled with Abiku Not Again. No ritual, no chant of my bangles could ever captivate you, O sun. Not in my land, but in hell you deserve, as no bond is your concern. Boast of your unruly might, make joy in repeated afflictions. No sacrifice or libation can set me free from your persecutions. Filled with pride is your esteem, filled I am with tribulations alone. Wish at once to end the cycle of my unending grief, your endless bliss. Squirrel teeth cracked the palm's riddle. Abiku asks me to know him again, too young, carrying the reborn mark, thus prove you came again to hurt. You deprive me of all joy a child brings, making it a curse for poor mother like me, killing me each time with you. My so-called son, pity me. I will send my plea to the greater world, bigger than the one you belong to. The owner has seen it all, the darkest catastrophe of my life, bringing you. No cowries or goads could keep you locked away from our perfect cosmos. Sublime snake intervenes, but no more. He comes to get a hold of you. Abiku, your ugly end is near, O my son. I whisper with a heavy horse in your ear. Abiku moans in my clawing warmth. I moan too, for my son with a heavy heart.
Excellent, Shilin. Before I even comment on what I liked or not, where did you got this way of expression, or you decided this is the way you are going to recite the entire thing?
I just try to feel it, the lines or the words that I'm going to speak. I don't
That
know.
Shilin, what do you mean? It was the expression right because I felt it. What do you think?
Totally, totally. She was totally in the mood of the poem, I would say that. All the contestants are getting better day by day, and the challenge is getting tough for us to judge. So, Shilling, you performed very, very well today, also, like you have been doing consistently. So, good, good, very good. I really like the reply. It was
Thank
absolutely
you.
amazing.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. This one was really challenging.
But
With
you didn't have to be so nervous because you performed it so well.
It just
yeah,
came.
I think kind of consistency showing. I think this is going to be proving very well for you, Shilin. Very proud of you. Amazingly done.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
So whether it's Jasreen or whether it's Shilin, both of them are a complete titan for their tribe because both of them are consistent. Both of them performs to the level best. So even more than level of what's best, I think, because they are excellent. So thank you so much, Shilin and Jasreen. Next on my list we have Kausar, who is the master of these kind of genre. So may I request Kausar to be on the screen, please?
Hello, good evening.
Tribe. Good evening, Kausar. You are known to be the master of this genre. Are you going to be the master even today, or you are going to struggle because you have a very difficult poet? So tell us something
Uh,
about that.
okay, so the poem is basically a kind of a love story only. So it was very difficult actually to reply to poets like them, but I have tried my best in whatever I could.
So
Shall I begin?
let's go because Kausar is, like I said, she's the master of this genre. So let's go for it, Kausar. I'm excited to listen to you. So let's go for it.
Okay, the poem which I had got is Sweetest Love I Do Not Go by John Donne. And in my reply, I have written as follows. The title of my poem is Loveliest Love, Never Weary of Me. Loveliest love, you can be never weary of me, for this passion so dearer is only for thee. Love till last shall endure, surely never parted by death, living in each other's breath, thus in thy embrace to adore. A burning passion truly thine, busted deeper than the sun, just like air, pure divine, the one I breathe never undone. For now I do not grieve, cause thou only desire me, and so I spend my days in glee, as thy journey will be brief. Methinks power is man's resolve, and if good fortune falls, use it before it dissolves. But if bad tidings befalls, we learn to grow and never quit. And though with me, what else do I plead? Embracing the heaven that never wills. Don't be sad that I have wept, for departure isn't sweet, my dear. My breath in thy soul I too have kept. Still the pain of depart gives tired tears. And I lovest thou, as I say'st, with thy each breath beats my heart, and takes away the pain of depart. Thus our life wouldn't ever waste. With each beat my heart grows in love with thee, for true love nor departs, nor sees fears of destiny. I close my eyes in deep delight and see that sight, never parted even in paradise. Thank you so much.
Beautiful, one, beautifully. What say, Meenal? How did you like it?
I loved it. I would be repeating it today in the show because I loved each and everyone who has written this reply. Kausar, uh, as you also know that John Donne was a metaphysical poet and he began the poem from sensuality and dragged it to spirituality. And so have you done it in the reply as well. You have you have taken elements from the poem and used it very well in the reply as well. So, and the last para, it really took my heart. It was mind blowing. So, well done, Kausar.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Of the genre, the title that is so well discussed. Thank you so much. I think to the people on the team that are giving well back to back. So amazingly done. So
Your audio is not clear, Charlie.
all right. Like I said, the most used word is going to be the network issue. So, so thank you for joining us. All right, so that was Sponsor, and now we have Rupio Mekanaya, means server, who is one of the excellent and amazing participant from the team Slayer. So may I request if server can be on the screen, please?
Hello.
Hello, server. You are our Gopio ka Kanaya because you are the only male participant left in the competition. You are the only male represent in the competition. How did you like this compliment that you are the Kanhaiya in Gopia?
Well, I get mostly bro zone, so I don't know.
Okay, but after your back-to-back consistent performances where you are acing all the performance, I don't think so you're going to get bro zoned anymore because you are amazing and you are like a star in the entire competition.
Thank you.
All right, Sava, who is the poet and what's the poem that you have got?
The poet is T.S. Eliot, and the poem that I've received is Rhapsody on a Windy Night. Just a basic description about the poem. It is basically a scenario. The poet is trying to make us imagine what is going on in the dark street and connected it to the real society. That is what is happening in the society. This is for those who haven't read the poem. A small incident. The poem was so tough. While trying to read the poem, I decided to start studying because I thought that was pretty easy. So I guess this is going to be tough. So
So,
yeah.
the concept of getting a poem like that. So well done, server. Already you are acing the response and find out what kind of response you have written for the
Yes.
Rhapsody. Let's go for it, server.
So basically, for the reply, I've tried explaining the reasons behind the what is happening in the society. I hope everyone likes it. Rhapsody on a windy night. Midnight struck, lost in the void of darkness, with clenched fists and mind of delusion. Walking down the empty streets when all memories seem illusions. Imagination and reality are just confusions. Afar, I saw a flickering street lamp calling upon me as if to preach. Blinks of an eye, street lamp standing in front. The blinking light showed to me. Even the shadows are just temporary. Same are the shaking flashbacks of memories. Half past one. Shh. The street lamp shushed. The street lamp whispered. The street lamp said, acknowledge her. She who smiles with the hardest of hearts begs for not even respect, just a bit of acceptance. From an object to a human transformation, standing on the door, staring into the abyss. Flashbacks burst full of darkness, entering emptiness, a single man blindly followed by everyone into the abyss. One claims to know the way, others giving into the herd's way. Slit tongues, distorted minds, a blind dog following the scent, searching for his guide, only to then understand the blindness of guidance. Half past two. Meow. The street lamp said, acknowledge the cat struggling in the dirt, forced into the gutter to death from birth. Out came a boy, running past the windy barrier, struggling to enter the light, only to be stopped by insufficient significant arms. A few rebels are witnessed with nothing but the only aim of escaping the emptiness. The lost crab looked up as a guiding stick came down. Two attached to the guide ended up breaking the stick. 3:30. Ding. The street lamp shushed. The street lamp whispered towards the sky. The street lamp mumbled. Witness the lady in the white gown. The moon forgives, but never forgets. She is a silent watcher, observing as the white gown turns red, blessing the wisdomless with wisdom. Flashbacks still hit hard. Apollo, beauty for some, pierced heart for her. Still thankful for the place she has. In the air, aroma of beauty, a lone girl, free from atrocity. What's that? Flashbacks strike again. She who once shined, once dwell into the darkness. Back onto the streets, smiles are frowned in jealousy, dimples filled with cement. But it is law that's a prison. Outcasted woman, safer behind doors. Innocence dragged to addiction. Intoxication's better than reality. The street lamp said, 4 o'clock, knock, knock, back to where you began. Flashbacks. You are responsible for your own comfort. The only place you are you. No masks needed. When light is restless, the darkness of night gives rest. Leave the past behind, mend your wounds, for knives of tomorrow are being sharpened. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
What a performer you are, Server. I mean, I felt like it should go on and on because you were so good. It was a perfect recitation. I do not know how well you performed because I was in flow of it. I was in a zone that I'm listening it to the first time. I have never heard it this way. So amazingly done, Server. Let's go to Meenal and let's find out. Meenal, how did you like the performance?
Mm,
Meenal, mute, on mute.
Okay. Yeah, I would like to say that Server is a true performer because he never recites, he never narrates, he just performs it. So जो आवाज में जान डाल देती है ना पोएम में वो सर्वर की आवाज होती है when he performs ना वो ऐसा लगता है कि it has actually started revolving around us. It is actually happening around us. So very well done. I would like to give a short like brief about T.S. Eliot. Eliot writes in a free verse form. Like his stanzas, his narration is not very uniform. So the stanza length and everything is not very uniform. So Sarva tried it very well because he didn't try to rhyme it forcefully rhyme it. He did not try to keep the stanzas very uniform. So Sarvar, you have done it very well.
thank you very much.
No doubt, Server. I want to ask you, what is the process of your writing? How do you write?
So basically, when I receive the topic, I just ignore that because I'm not that type of person who actually writes in free time. I really want someone to give me a deadline, someone to stand over my head and ask me to write, perform. So a big thank you to the mentors who have supported me throughout. So when the deadline is near, I don't like every thoughts are coming into the mind. I don't know what to do. I'm very disturbed. Poetry is when I find salvation. Poetry when I feel relief. So when I receive the poem, just go through it, think of various ways. Basically, first the connection it has from the outer world. So basically, in the poem and the references, because as a normal reader, no one will understand it. As poets, writers, we understand the true meaning, what's behind what is written. So I try to incorporate that also. And after that, basically, it's just a play of words.
Perfectly mentioned, perfectly said. So, Team Slayer's mentors are Yash, amazing with the team that they have got. Whether it's server, whether it's Kosser, they level best to groom them. But we have also given them master mentor who was Alicia Srivastav. So, server, how was the experience of getting mentored by Alicia?
Yeah, Alicia ma'am was amazing in her own way. She also explained to me what the poem is all about. She also did a research. A big thank you for that. She explained what the poem is about. So it gave me a bit more clearance to what the poet is trying to portray.
All right. Thank you so much, server. You have performed well. Let's wait for your results to come, and
Yeah,
then we'll declare four.
thank you.
All right, so we are on top eight in today's week, episode fifth and round number five. We are on top eight. From today, we are going to top six. Top four will be declared in the first round, and for the next two slots, which is top for fifth and sixth place in the top six, we are going to go for another battle. But who is going for the battle and what is going to be the battle, I'm going to tell you a bit later. Let's go to Meenal and let's find out how did she like the today's performance. Today we heard seven performance. Meenal, how did you find them? Was it good? Was it up to the mark?
Everyone was excellent, I feel, because this round was difficult, but somehow they performed very well this time. Better than next time, I would say that. Maybe mentors have guided them so well that they did it pretty well.
Definitely. And I think Alicia and all the mentors, I would like to mention all the mentors. We have Tribe Hustlers, Mental, Komal, and Akshat. Then we have Skyhawks, Swatika, and Pinky. From Tribe Titans, we have Garima and Shreya. And from Slayers, as I mentioned, it's Yashti and Tanya. All of them have done their everyone, and all of them were excellent. What do you think? I mean, how did you find which tribe performed the best according to you?
I I liked Shilling, I liked Kausar, I liked Jasreen, I liked every one of them. I cannot name.
Yeah, most strongest participants. I think it's very difficult from here to
Very
next.
difficult.
All of them are
Ve-
excellent. In what they do.
yeah, very difficult. Kausar has a very strong hold of poetry. So she did pretty well. Sarwar is a performer, so he did very well. So it is very tough to judge also.
Definitely. Meenal, I'll see you again on the. Thank you so much. I have the names of all the participants and their scores as well. So I'm going to take four names, and I would request all these four people, if available, come on the screen. So I have Shilling, Kausar, Jasreen, and Divyanshi. May I request if they are here with us to come on the screen? All right, so we do not have all four of them. So well and good. Shilin, you have scored 26.5. That's an amazing score, and you're on top of the list. Next to you is Kausar with 26 points. Then we have Jasreen with 25.5, and we have Divyanshi on 25. All four of you are on top four, and all four of you have performed to the level best. I loved all of you and the way you have performed. This was not an
To
easy.
you is Kausar with 26 points. Then we have
You are on the top of the list. I have Shilin. You are on the top of the list with 26.
Thank you.
To Costa first. Costa, you are the master of this genre. You have performed so well. It's just zero point 0.5 difference between you and Shilin. How do you think are you going to perform next? Because the other two participants on the screen with you are on their level best. They are performing consistent. How do you think you're going to go against them in next few rounds?
Hello, hello. I couldn't hear you actually properly. What happened? I don't know.
All right, so I was saying that you have scored 26 and
Okay.
Shilin has scored 26.5. So it's just point 0.5 difference between you and Shilin, and you are the master of the genre that we saw today. In next top six, you are again going to battle against Justine, Shilin, and all other participants. All of them are amazing. How are you going to go against them? What is the master plan?
There's no plan. Hello, you can hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, actually, there isn't any plan, but I was very sure when entered into this top eight. I always watch their performances, and they are like so great. I cannot even think कि किसको जाना चाहिए मतलब किससे compete कर रहे हैं. It's so difficult. Excellent means excellent. No words to describe. Like the way they speak, and everyone is excellent. ऐसा नहीं कि कोई भी ऐसे बोलो कि थोड़ा सा वो है तो मैं शायद जीत जाऊं. It's like a tough competition. It's so beautiful. This is what makes the journey very interesting. I'm loving it. Everybody's wonderful, seriously. And especially mentors. They have a great role, in shaping us to this. They tell us, okay, fine, not this way, not this way, because we do not have that much of idea. So they are shaping us very properly.
And rightly said, Kausar. And to Justine, because Kausar mentioned, how did you like the sessions with your mentors and also with Alisha? How was it?
The sessions with the mentors were truly very amazing. Um, it doesn't matter what time of the day it is, they're always and always available to help us. From Rio sir to Garima Didi, every single person who's involved at the background and in the front stage, they are so helpful and always available. I mean, um, balancing everything with my school studies and events and even the poetry. Garima Didi, I would like to mention her. She has been so supportive that she's been available for me every single time I've texted her, and she's been there. I guess Shilling will surely agree with me that she's been always there and she's always given her level best, to support us. So it's been a blessing to have her as a mentor.
So much from all the mentors that has been assigned to you guys. Shilin, you and Justine are on the top three today, and you both belong to same tribe. Your tribe is going very strong. What do you think is going to happen in top six? Is it going to be a tribe game or will it be a solo game for you?
It's gonna be a teamwork, surely. We are a team and we're going ahead together. So it's gonna be fun also. And definitely it's a pressure, but definitely we'll do well, I'm sure. Right, Jasreen? And since we have our mentor with us, Garima, she's so helpful anytime. Like we can approach her for the silliest thing, also, she's there. So it's a great support from our side. It's lovely. This journey is really awesome.
And very much, Shilin. I'll see you again on top. Well done. All three of you are my favorite, and you are consistent. You are great. You're top of the list. Thank you so much for joining me on the screen. Thank you so much. All right, so these were top three, top four. Divyanshi is also one of the top four. Thank you so much, all the top four. So the next we have bottom four who are going to go for next battle. So let me take the name of bottom four. We have Server on 23.5 5 points. We have Ahana on 23 and Jyoti 22.5 and Divya lowest with 20.5. So let's go for a battle. Now these guys are going to battle against each other. On number 5, we have Server. So Server is going to battle against number 7, which is Jyoti. And then number 6, which is Ahana, is going to battle against Divya. All right. So we are going for the battle. May I request the judge on the screen, please? All right, Neel. So I just put the top four, and now we are going for the battle with the bottom four. The first battle is going to be between Server and Jyoti. and both of them were excellent in today's performance. Also, they are consistent, and like we were discussing, that all top 8 are amazing, and now it's a battle between amazing and amazing. So what do you think is going to happen?
Yeah, I think so. This round is going to be very, very tough because both of them are very good. So let's see what happens.
All right, so may I request if our willing, participants to be on the screen, please? Sarvar and Jyoti. All right, we have Sarvar and Jyoti on the screen. Quickly going to Sarvar. Sarvar, what is going to happen in this round, if you can tell us?
Just a battle between two people. A lot of things going on in my head. Yeah, basically a horror poem.
Sarvar, performer who is a star, we can say in a word that he's a star. Is there any nervousness that you're going through?
I'm always nervous.
So
A
it's to
lot.
Jyoti. Is she nervous? You are anyways a celebrity, you are a performer, and Jyoti is also a performer. She's also excellent. But then what is going on in the head of Jyoti? We want to know. Jyoti, what's happening?
Like he said, a battle between two, like nothing more. It's just a performance.
I see that attitude that these guys are going through. Amazing. It's there on the face. I loved it. So who is going to go first? Sarvar, would you like to go first, or Jyoti, would you like to go?
Ladies first.
Okay, I will go first.
Right, Jyoti. Let's go for it.
So the poem is okay. I'm audible.
Yes.
So the poem is titled She is Frightened. Brown, black ugliness is her knack. Small eyes, frightening eyes. Disgusting motion. My eyes watch her with blasphemy awestruck. Her appearance made me blush. What if she climbs on me? What if she crawls on me? My appetite is sinful. Eyes are drooling for sleep. Black blood freezing my wings. Her touch is absorbing her dirt within. Whirling, flabbergasted. Fat, thick, and swinging tail. That lizard is making me frail. However, she is frightened. Thank you.
Amazing, Jyoti. It was very crisp. It was very sweet and short. You did it well. So it's the battle between Team Skyhawks and Tribe Slayers. So Jyoti, you have done excellently well. Let's go to Server and let's find out if he's going to keep the name upheld of Tribe Slayers. So let's go for it, Server.
Yeah. So the title of the poem is They Came for the Murder of My Soul. Just a quick thing. In the world with humans, ghosts shouldn't scare you. So let me begin. Being alone is scary. Crowds flip at ghosts. Yes, even ghosts are afraid of humans. You monsters. Think you're lonely. Loneliness is never being alone. It is when people around you make you feel alone. Nights so cold, even my cold body shivered. A girl passed alone with dreadful eyes following. In front was a dark path, darkened souls behind. Wait! Why is that happening again? I've already suffered too much. I ran into the abyss, finding myself in the middle of the street, surrounded by predators waiting to devour me. Tip, tip, tip. Was that the sound of dripping saliva or the sound of blood dropping through my head? I smiled, knowing they were humans. You monsters. My trembling feet corrected. They pounced upon me, pinning my dead body, began to rip apart my entire lifeless body. My body was already lying murdered. Only the soul was left to be slaughtered. Even as ghosts are afraid of monsters, few monsters, and it was them who came for my soul. Thank you, everyone.
Fantastic, Server. So Server is representing the tribe slayers, and Server, you were always on top of your game. Now you were on bottom four, but it's nothing to be feeling bad about, because I think both of you were amazing. And top eight, as I was discussing with Meenal also, the top eight was worth it. All eight of you are amazing, no doubt. So Server, you and Jyoti, you both were excellent. But first, before going to Meenal, I would like to know what you are going to say about each other's performance. It was a horror genre that you both performed. So, Sarwar, how did you like Jyoti's performance first?
It was short and crisp. I could imagine a bug on me. Yeah, bug scared me, so it was good.
All right. Jyoti, how did you like Sarwar's performance?
Very good. Uh, you can have like you can feel goosebumps. He recites very well.
So sorry. Yes, so well said, Jyoti. Let's go to Meenal and let's find out if you both have were correct about each other, or Meenal is going to tell us something different. Let's go to Meenal.
Yeah, so when you're performing a horror genre, the only thing which you should get is that eeriness and that creepiness. So one created through human reference and one created through animal reference. So lizards do scare me a lot. Like I get shit scared out of lizards. So yeah, I got goosebumps. And for Sarwar, I would like to say that you were more creative than Jyoti, I felt, and the thought process in your poem was a little better, I would say that, but both of them were fantastic, and it was a really tough round for me to
So
judge.
not only Meenal, but also Bhavin and Nishant are listening to us. They are scoring to you accordingly, according to what you have written on and how you are reciting. They are there, they are listening. So they're just not on the screen, but they are present with us and they are listening to you both. Well done, well performed, Jyoti and Sarvar. Thank you so much for being with us on the screen. You have to wait for your results. All right, so that was one tough battle between Sarvar and Jyoti, two different tribes, both of them excellent performers. So let's go for the next two. We have Divya and who is against Divya? I need to check the scores again. We
Hana.
have 5 and we on 23. So Ahana and Divya, may I request you on the screen, please? So we do not have Divya, I suppose, because of some reason she was not here with us on the initial round also. So Ahana, we are going to go for your performance, and Divya is going to get scored according to what she have written. So let's go for it, Ahana.
The genre was horror, and I have tried to focus on the more psychological aspects of it. The name of my poem is Guilt. I see blood everywhere, like someone painted my house crimson. It looks something out of a fairy tale gone terribly wrong. But nobody else seems to notice them. It's as if I'm the only one that sees the red, while others are stuck in monochrome. I hear whispers, muted cries for help, as if the screams have been smothered by something or someone. There's always a constant ringing at the back of my mind. I think they've made me go a little crazy. These days I feel a chill in my bones, a shadow that never seems to leave me alone. It's always there, every hour of every day. Sleep has become my only escape from the terrors of being watched all the time. I smell something rancid at ungodly hours, utterly horrified that it could be rotten flesh. Sometimes I think I see my sister smiling at me. I think I'm losing track of what's real and what isn't. But you're dead. I saw the life fade out of your eyes in front of me, as my own hands choked the life out of you all those months ago. Is this your idea of revenge, sweet sister? Hounding me till I go insane? Well,
Who are you going to torment after I take my last breath as I hang myself? Thank you.
Well. I like the way you narrate, you recited the entire thing and cut to when you were done with it, you were like back to your position the way you started. I love the way you did, like a switch. It was amazing. Um, so how did you like the entire round, Ahana? What was the process in your head? How did you perform? How did you write the entire thing?
Horror is not actually something that I've written quite a lot. So, like the last round that we did in the previous week, that was one of my first horror poems. So I was a bit, I don't know, scared how it's gonna turn out to be. But my mentor Pinky, when I sent her the poem, she was like, "This is good." So I got a little of my confidence back.
Hannah, do you think that you got a little advantage because Divya is not here to perform? And although you both are getting scores on what you have written, on the basis of what you have written, but when you also recite what you have written, it creates an impact. So, do you have an untamed advantage in comparison to Divya?
Uh, That's kind of difficult to answer. I think that, yeah, she is at a little disadvantage because she didn't get to narrate her poem and I did. So it's kind of a unequal battle.
All right. So, what do you think, Meenal? Do you think it was unequal, or we have heard Divya earlier, and we know how she performs. She's excellent. So, keeping that in mind, are you scoring keeping that in mind, or what is the process? How you're going to score to both of them?
Yes, sure. Uh, Ahana, I would like to say that horror, as you said, that it is a very tough genre because love anyone can write, anyone can tell their pain, but horror is something that you need to evoke someone's emotions. You need to scare them. So it becomes very difficult to write that. But I think the thought process which you have taken in your poem, like psychological, it is really good and it is really creative of you to think that way. So
Thank
yeah,
you.
and for Divya, I would like to say that I read her poem, but yeah, it would have been great if she would have been here to narrate it. But keeping the old of her performances in mind, I am giving her the marks.
Perfectly done. Much for coming with us on the screen, and you performed excellently well. So let's
Thank you.
wait for your. I'll So, Meenal, we have gone through all four participants, two battles. All four of them were amazing. What do you think? How was the response? How did all four of them, or three of them, performed?
Uh, it is very tough to say that because I did not expect Sarva to in the bottom. So it
Yes,
was a shock for me. Yeah,
and it was really
yeah.
unexpected.
Yeah, because he was the first one to get 30 out of 30, so it was very tough. So you can make out how tough it would have been to judge for me. And since the judges are not by my side, so I don't know if like it was very tough for me to judge them.
Uh,
And all of them performed really well. They are like shining day by day, and they are getting better day by day. So it is even getting tough for us.
And that's definitely true, Meenal, because the way we saw the confidence also of the participants, all four of them, at least three, those who joined us on the screen, were so confident. And the confidence is not only by the expression and how they were performing, but also by what the content they have written, because the content was a strong player. I think it was a hero
Yeah,
of the entire round. So,
yeah.
all the participants. But one thing I would like to ask you, Meenal, this was not an easy round because to write a response to all the legends is not easy. So, what do you think on that parameter? How did they perform?
Yeah, because last round was when they wrote some of their works and they wrote their poem and they had to recite their poem. But I thought it was challenging for them, but this time they somehow performed very well. And it was a challenging thing because writing a reply to an existing poem, that too of a legend, it is very tough, but they performed excellent. I would really appreciate the mentors, and they did very well.
No doubt. Mentors, kudos to all of you. I mentioned you earlier also because it was a very challenging round, and for judges, it was challenging to judge, but for the mentors also to find the perfect material to bring it on the screen to let them perform. And I think it was more challenging for mentors too. So well done, all the mentors. Well done, judges. Thank you so much, Meenal, for having uh, a wonderful journey of
Yeah,
today. Thank you
yeah,
so much, Meena. I got a little distracted because I have the results on the screen, and it's very, very difficult to even declare these results because all eight of them were amazing. I have been in the journey from past 3 weeks. I've been seeing them perform amazingly well. All of them are amazing. So it was a little difficult to go for bottom four and declare results. So let's go for it. I have results on the screen. For battle number one between Sarvar and Jyoti, Sarvar have got 25 points and Jyoti have got 23 points. So we have battle one winner who is Sarvar. So congrats, Sarvar. You're on top six. We'll see you again next week on the top six battle. Next, we have battle number two, which was between Ahana and Divya. Ahana have got 24.5 and Divya have again scored 20. So both of them were judged keeping in mind that Divya was not here performing and Ahana was performing. But as I said, the master, the strongest player was the content. And I think Ahana not only performed but also written amazingly well. So Ahana, well deserved, and Divya, so sorry, but then you are also amazing. We have seen your journey in past 2 weeks and you are amazing. Keep up the good work. And Ahana, congratulations, you're on top six. So well done, all top six participants. For thank you for amazing performances today, and especially to Sarvar and Ahana who have performed twice, and Jyoti also who have performed twice. So well done, all the participants. I am Charles, and you are here for Writers Unplugged Season 2 by Kala Kabab or Kisse. I will see you again next week with top six. All of them are amazing, and now the competition is going to get more tough. So let's see what's going to happen next week with top six. Thank you so much, all the viewers. Thank you, and I'll see you next week. Thank you so much. Bye bye.